all the training is custom depending on the client's needs and to make sure that we fit the client's needs, right? Everybody's looking for something a little bit different depending on what it is that keeps them up at night, right? But oftentimes I'll be working with individuals that want to learn how to fight, want to learn how to defend themselves. They want to learn real fighting, right? And if that's the case and you fall into that category, then you're going to be put into a certain bracket and we're going to be doing certain type of training. Now, I came from a fight background. I grew up in a fight background. The training was very hard. It was put up or shut up type training. And I still believe in that kind of training, right? If you really want to learn how to fight and you don't want the fluff stuff, you want to learn how to actually defend yourself when the time counts, at that point you do have to train how you fight, right? So there has to be an element of sparring, force on force, and it's got to be closely mimicked to what it is that you're going to deal with in real life, right? If not, you're kind of pissing in the wind, right? If we take that element out of training and I just show you the fluff stuff or get you close to it, but you never really been hit, you never really dealt with anything, then, I'm not really setting you up for success. You're going to get rocked in real life and you're not going to know how to deal with it because you never felt it in training. That's a disservice to that client, right? So if they come to me, they tell me they really want to learn how to fight, then it's my due diligence to make sure they understand what that feels like, what that means, and that they could actually handle that, and I teach them to do so. But part of that process is just can get a little rough at times. Not reckless, not to the point where it's causing injury and taking time off training. That doesn't help anybody, but it's going to get them close to that point. The clients I was training today, again, I get in there and mix it up with them a lot. And I do that for a couple reasons. One, there's not a lot of hard chargers. There's not a lot of guys that are going to want to do that kind of training. So it's not like they have a large pool of people I could put them against for sparring, because not everybody's about that training. Sure, a lot of people want to roll around and grab each other and, do submissions, tap out, but never really feel any kind of pain. It's very few people that are actually going to get in there with their elbows, knees, mix it up, and actually bang it out. So it's a different type of person. So you don't really have a lot of people that want to do that. So the numbers of sparring partners gets very consolidated very quickly. So a lot of times I'll jump in and be that person for them. What that does is a few different things. Is I could measure that skill and see their growth and tailor my my level to just sit slightly above theirs, right? They move up a little bit, catch me with some stuff and start doing good, great, awesome, super proud of them. I bump it up a little bit more so they have a little bit of room to grow. That's great for me. I love getting in there and doing that because that's how I could really measure their growth. That's how I could see their growth. And that's where they could see it too and feel it as well, right? It's live time. Hey, if you catch me, you legitimately caught me. Great job. Super proud of you, right? But now I'm going to give you a little bit more room and we're going to grow and I'm going to bump it up a little bit and we're going to keep doing that until hopefully one day you surpass me, right? Awesome. Great. That's my goal as an instructor for you when you come to me with that. But again, we're going to work through that, and it's a process. So I believe in the harder training. I believe in getting in there, mixing it up with your students, just so you can measure their growth. And also, again, I don't want them freaking out and having the first time they feel any hard shot be in a reckless setting or with someone else who's actually trying to hurt them. I'd rather be that person to where I know I could keep control and make sure that it doesn't get out of hand. And also what that does is it keeps me sharp too, right? If you have an instructor who's not willing to get in there with you and mix it up, that says a couple things. Maybe the guy doesn't know how, or maybe he's scared that he's going to get caught and he's just going to string you along and give you fluff stuff along the way without you ever really getting better and no one really knowing that, right? So I believe it shows a good instructor that could get in there and mix it up with his students and is willing to do so. One, because he lives that life. It's not like he earned a black belt 28 years ago and, he's just living off of that past glory, right? Like that's no good. This guy's getting in there, he's mixing it up with you on a daily basis. So he's still living that life. That shows that this instructor doesn't, he actually practiced what he preached, right? That's good, that's important. And then also, it just helps measure the growth and the control of the harder sparring and the harder training. But the good thing is it's not sheltering students, right? It's not allowing them to get a false sense of confidence and feel that they're better than what they are, or not have an idea of what their real growth is and what they can really do in that type of setting. So again, that's not the kind of training that I give to everybody and every one of my clients, because again, direct action training is, we work on many different aspects of self-defense, situational awareness, and all the different means of being able to protect yourself and your loved ones, right? Sometimes that's with firearms, sometimes it's knives, sometimes hands-on, etc. So it's different. But